Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach Mike Green, Principal Ron Bond, and Assistant Principal Joey Sorters, along with all the coaches involved, Shelly Dugan, Kevin Froud, Steve Edmondson, and Ulysses Ruley, they want to thank you for joining us for tonight's games. The broadcasts of tonight's games are made possible through PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight, America's #1 fundraising lollipops. Lewis Automotive, serving all of Northwest Arkansas since 1947. The Bank of Fayetteville, we're banking on your potential. Sterling Drug, serving Prairie Grove since 1918. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with a hometown touch. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, shakes, malts, and a whole lot more, just south of the Northwest Arkansas Mall. J&B Auto, Prairie Grove's bumper-to-bumper parts store. And by Frederick's One Stop, the one stop for all your needs when you're on the go. Tonight's broadcast is made possible through the generous donations of PG Telco, providers of PGTigersOnline.com, and by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club, where showing your Tiger pride is just one membership away. And now, sit back and relax. It's time for Prairie Grove Tiger basketball.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our tonight's game between Shiloh Christian Saints and the Prairie Grove Tigers. I'm Lynn Gregson. This is Derek Dugan. Derek, tonight we've got the top two teams in the conference, and thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, it's going to be a tough test for our girls. We played Shiloh just a few weeks ago at our place. And won kind of decisively, and I think a little unexpectedly that we won that with that great amount of margin. So I expect a different game from Shiloh. They've seen us now. They're familiar with us. We're familiar with them, but we're on their home court. Most teams will play better on their home court. So I think it'll be a more competitive game tonight, and I think Shiloh will play better than what we saw a few weeks ago.
I said the top two teams in the conference. One of the top two teams in the conference, obviously Farmington right now is number 2. Prairie Grove sitting at 8-0. Farmington is 7-1. Their only loss coming to us on Farmington's home floor. And then Shiloh has 2 losses in the conference, 1 to Farmington and 1 to Prairie Grove. Tonight's game, I think, is going to be interesting to see if Prairie Grove can continue that momentum. You know, you and I were talking about earlier, of the top 6 teams in the state, according to Arkansas Democrat Gazette, 3 of them are in our conference.
Right.
We're right now sitting at number 1, Star City number 2, Farmington number 3, Shiloh was number 6.
5 or 6, yeah, they're in the top 6. They were in that poll. So, yeah, and tonight might be one of those times that we really get tested. And that wouldn't be a bad thing. We talked about it Friday night against Gravett, that we haven't been tested in conference so far. We've had a tough game maybe for a half or for 2.5 quarters, but we haven't seen a competitive game from anybody in our conference for 4 quarters. Tonight might be the night that we get to see kind of how we're going to respond to those situations.
Well, we also, if you're watching tonight, we ask you to go to PGTigersOnline.com, go to the comments page, and let us know where you're watching from. Now, when you do that, let me explain what you need to do. You're probably watching, you'll have to open up the internet browser that you're using again, and you'll have 2 browsers going. You go in there and do it, and you can kind of toggle between that and the game. But we really do like to hear from you and know where you're watching from. And what's funny is sometimes we only get 2 or 3, but I can go out and see where everyone, we have well over 100 to 200 sometimes people out there watching, because I can go out and see where people watch from. So let us hear from you tonight where you're watching from. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for the starting lineups.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics.
Okay, we're back with you, and we're starting the starting lineups. There's Michelle Lumsargas starting at guard tonight for the Tigers. Number 20, Haley Fitz, she'll also be starting. Cappy Bryant starting tonight. This is the first start, I believe, of the year for Cappy.
Yeah, I think so.
Brooke Barnett, our Colors Day Queen, Steak and Shake Player of the Game on Friday night. What a night for her. And then obviously Justine Huber. Now, Cappy may be doing it. Maybe Lacey's hurt. She got hurt the other night, so maybe she's not
That's right.
available for play.
And I didn't watch in warm-ups to see if Lacey was out there.
Number 13, Macy Rowe. She's a junior. Number 10, that is Cameron Harris. Number 20, Megan Henley. Number 15, senior Taylor Huffman. And also starting, who did I miss there? Number 12, senior Kristen Reed. So they're starting four seniors and a junior tonight, Derek.
Yeah, and really, Shiloh, they only had one player scoring double figures the last time we played at our place. That was Megan Henley. She had 14 points. And Prairie Grove, on the other hand, Lynn, had 3 girls account for 49 out of the 55 points that we scored in that game.
Again, we remind you, if you're watching, go to pgtigersonline.com, the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from. And for the second game in a row, we lose the tip, Derek.
You don't see that happen a lot with Justine tipping the ball for us, but Shiloh did a good job. Gravett did a good job the other night.
Huffman with the ball. She gets it over. That's Reed. Back to Huffman. Now, Harris didn't start the first game, but she played a lot against
That's
them.
right. Yeah, she came in off the bench the last time around. She's worked her way into the starting lineup, it looks like, for the Lady Saints.
And there she is. She's going one-on-one on Huber. Harris dribbling, drive. She passes off. Nice defense there. Shot there by Henley. She gets her own rebound and another rebound. That's 2 offensive rebounds there for the Lady Saints.
Yeah, you can tell Shiloh working really hard when the shots were going up. Both times they kind of out-hustled us to get the possession, see if they can pay off here.
Now, shot blocked, and now a foul is going to be called on number 12, Christian Reed. Shot was blocked there by Huber, picked up by Lumsargas, and then the foul. So that's the first foul of the game.
And the scoreboard went off, Lynn.
We didn't do it, did we?
No, I saw it go off just a minute ago, but it came back on. I don't think it was anything with us. Let's hope not. There, it's back on now.
Sorry.
I think it's over there at the scoreboard. They must be having some kind of short.
Yeah, didn't we have a little accident in the junior high game over here, Derek?
I heard stories about it. They've not been confirmed yet about the lights going out.
Well, Shiloh's got us in actually they really got us in a nice place up here tonight. We can see the game, got a good vision, got a good camera angle for you tonight, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Picture and sound good, my buddy Henry in Russellville. Watching from, that must be, I know who that is. That's someone I've known for nearly 25 years.
Oh, is that right?
She and I will be celebrating a 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh, she's already home.
Looks like they got to reset the time. Seems like more than 20 seconds went by, but they're working it out. Well, while they're working that out, Derek, why don't we go to some of our sponsors, and we'll be back after that.
Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics. How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Okay, we're back. With the ball is Haley Fitz bringing up the court. This is the Tigers' first opportunity to score tonight, Derek.
Yeah, first time with the hands on the ball. Shiloh's in that 1-3-1 defense, which we saw the first time around. They brought a new coach into Shiloh this year, and he's brought this zone defense that we're not used to seeing from a Shiloh team.
Fitz for three, no good. Nice rebound. That was Henley with the rebound. Nice rebound for Lady Saints, giving the Tigers only one shot at the ball. That's Reed, guarded by Lumsargis, gets it to Harris. Back to Henley. Huffman with the ball. Harris and Reed. So they're just moving around the perimeter right now, Derek.
Yeah, being very patient, making us work defensively. If we're looking at time of possession, Shiloh's winning that battle right now.
Whoa. Now Harris takes it with her left hand and going to be fouled. It looks like they're going to call on the floor, and they're going to call it on Huber. That's her first, the team first. We're almost 2 minutes into the game, Derek, and the Lady Tigers have had one shot.
Yeah, one shot, and really only had the ball for about, 15 seconds on that last possession. Shiloh's kind of took the air out of the ball here early in the game.
Harris again gets the ball from Huffman. Nice defensive play there by Huber, and so the Lady Tigers will get the ball in the possession arrow. 0-0, 2 minutes into the game. Haley Fitz going to bring it up. She took the only shot so far for the Tigers. And Lumsargis wants the ball. Nice feed in there, and there goes the basket. Nice assist there by Lumsargis to Huber, and the Lady Tigers strike first, 2-0. Henley gets the ball out to Huffman. Huffman with her foot on the line. That's a two-point shot, and there's Huber with the rebound. Cappy Bryant bringing it down. She's picked up by Henley. Now to Huber, and there's Fitz. I think Coach Frow didn't like the fact they kind of held up there.
Yeah, anytime you're playing a zone defense, typically you want to beat the defense back down the floor and try to get something early in your offense. And that time we took a little too much time.
No good. Nice rebound by Harris. Nice box out there by Harris.
Yeah, Shiloh's rebounding the ball very well here in the first quarter.
Now Henley Shot no good. Rebound there by, that was Christian Reed. Nice rebound and then a foul, so a chance for a three-point play. Foul's going to be called on number 3, Lumsargis.
Well, Lacey's into the game, Lynn, so that's a good sign.
Missed the free throw. We want to thank our camera ladies tonight, Cassidy Sapp and Natalie Howard. Well, it's 2-2, and Lumsargis now for 3. That's going to be off. And the Saints turn the ball over as Fitz gets the ball. Now Fitz is pushing it. Nice recovery by Huffman to get, keep that fast break from going.
Yeah, Shiloh's doing a good job of getting back.
For 3, no good. And Henley with the rebound. Now Shiloh's coming. They've got numbers. Henley pulls it back out. Derek, I cut you off there. What were you going to say there?
Oh, no, I was just saying Shiloh's doing a good job of getting back and setting up their defense, not allowing any transition points for us right now.
And now they're going to call a blocking foul on Huber. That's her second, and we're only halfway through the first quarter, so I imagine we're going to see Cappy Bryant coming back in. It looks like Lacey Beeks is playing then tonight, so she must be okay.
She's in the game, and first couple trips down the floor looked to kind of be like her old self, so we're hoping she's recovered from, I guess it looked like kind of a sprained ankle maybe Friday night against Gravett.
Well, Reed makes the first basket and gives Shiloh the lead 3-2. Shiloh with the second shot on the way. No good. Rebound by Cappy Bryant. Nice rebound. Well, now the Lady Tigers will probably play a quarter and a half or close to it without Justine Huber.
Yeah, as long as this game doesn't get away from us, I would imagine Justine's going to be on the bench for a little while trying to keep her out of foul trouble.
Now Lumsargis, she takes it, drives, nice move. She gets her own rebound now. Fits for 3, no good. And a nice rebound by the Lady Saints. And now Brooke Barnett knocks the ball away. Henley. Number 4 entered the game. That's Alexis Jones. She misses a shot. Number 23 into the game, Kaylee Harris, and she misses. And the Lady Tigers may have gotten away with a foul or two there, but we'll take that on the
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah, this is a tough place to play. It typically has been for our boys and our girls team. It's not an easy place to play. For one thing, they keep the locker rooms at about 60 degrees.
Bryant for 3, no good. Rebound by Reed.
Shiloh's doing a great job of rebounding the ball right now. We're not getting a whole lot of second chances.
Been impressed with Reed tonight. I don't remember calling her as much as the first game as we did tonight. Ball goes off of Alexis Jones, and so the Lady Tigers now back into the game. Reed's going to take a break, and Macy Rhodes going to take a break. Didn't see what numbers came in, Derek.
And those numbers are really hard to see on the Shiloh team.
Looks like 14, Caden Sears. There's Cappy Bryant for 3, no good. And the Lady Tigers are, I don't know how many we've shot, but we're
one for whatever.
One for whatever. Probably one for probably about 10.
Yeah.
Nice defense, and they're going to give the charging foul. Nice job there by Cappy Bryant. I'll give the charge to Henley. And now Cappy's going to go to the bench into the game as Whitney Fitz.
Hey, you always like to see help defense like that. That wasn't Bryant's her man or girl in this situation, but she came all the way across the lane to give her teammates some help right there and did a nice job of stepping in and taking the charge. Yeah, we haven't seen our girls team off to such a slow start in a while, Lynn. In fact, I can't remember being off 6 minutes into the game, and we've just got 2 points. So a little bit of a slow start, but I'm sure we'll get it going.
Lamsargas, and now Fitz for three. Bottom! There we go. Haley Fitz gets one, and that gives the Lady Tigers back the lead 5-3. You know, when you don't make baskets, you don't get a chance to press either, Derek.
Right.
So we get a lot of points off of our press.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nice basket there. That's a sophomore, Caden Sears. We had nice defense there, and Caden kind of came through the lane there, was able to get the shot. Fitz thought about it again. Now Lamsargas. We're down to the minute mark, and it's all tied up at 5.
Yeah, we've got to use both sides of the floor here, Lynn. Make that zone defense move from side to side.
Boy, it's nice to have a good ball handler like Haley Fitz. A little bit of a dangerous pass there. Lacey Beeks. Nice move by Beeks. Harris gets the rebound, down to 35 seconds. 23, Kaylee Harris with the ball. And it looks like the Lady Saints may try for the last shot here in the quarter.
I think their Coach Stewart, came up and wanted one shot here. Now we'll see if they can hang on to the ball with our pressure defense and get that last shot.
Nice defense there by Brooke. But then they get the ball back, and now nice momentum for the Lady Saints. And at the end of the first quarter, the Shiloh Christian Saints, the Lady Saints 7, Prairie Grove Lady Tigers 5. We'll be back after this.
PG Telco is the proud sponsor of PGTigersOnline.com, where you can find out all the very latest of what's going on with all the sports teams right here in Prairie Grove. But PG Telco is more, a lot more. They offer phone, internet, long-distance services, and bundles, making it all affordable. And that includes DirecTV. For your home or office, staying connected to the fast-paced world is as easy as calling PG Telco. Call 846-7200. That's 846-7200. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Here, yep.
Okay, we're back, and as you can see on the scoreboard there, it's 8-7, and the Lady Saints will get the ball as they had the possession arrow. I'll remind you to go to PGTigersOnline.com, go to the comments page, let us know where you're watching from. I know there's a lot of you out there because I go out and check.
We won't embarrass them too bad, will we?
No, no.
If they post their name on there.
Well, Lacey Beeks gets the ball, and now Brooke Barnett. And Brooke misses the layup, and boy, the Lady Tigers having a hard time offensively tonight.
Sure are.
That's, whoa. Don't stand there and watch it too long. Reed misses the three, and Cappy Bryant with a rebound, and now Haley Fitz with the ball at the top of the key.
And it's interesting, Lynn, because we've played minutes before without Justine on the floor when she's in foul trouble, but we haven't played a team the caliber of Shiloh with Justine in foul trouble. So it'll be real interesting to see how our girls, some of our juniors, and even, Beeks, our sophomore, how they respond to a tough team, a tough challenge here without our leading scorer out on the floor.
Well, it's like Coach Froud is, I don't know if it's him or if they decide to slow it down a little bit. A little push there by 15. That's Huffman. And they're just sticking into this zone, Derek.
Yeah, they're just packing it in.
2-3. Well, I guess 2-1-2. Or
it kind of morphs as the pass goes to the wing. Yep, you're right.
And right now, the Lady Tigers. And a nice play there by Henley. Now Lamsargas has got to get back and get set. And Henley makes the basket, and the Lady Tigers trail 9-5. I got to tell you, Derek, it's been a while since we've been down by 4 points.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean that boastful way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't remember in conference ever being behind, really.
I mean, maybe 1 or 2 at the beginning of the game.
Exactly, yeah.
And Coach Froud wants a timeout. Derek, I think we'll take this timeout with him. I got to go finish the Flowers and Friends that I cut off.
How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and Friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and Friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and Friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Flowers and Friends.
In Prairie Grove, when your message needs to be expressed with flowers, be it fresh-cut flowers or one-of-a-kind silk arrangement, think Flowers and Friends or drive by 114 East Buchanan, or you can call them at 846-2137. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with that hometown touch.
Well, as you can see, 5:55 to go here in the first half, and Shiloh leads 9-5. Hadn't seen Marianne comment yet. Marianne, if you're out there, we need to know it. We'd hate for our Steak and Shake Fan of the Year not to be there. If you don't get out there, Henry may take over that position.
Yeah, she's got a reputation to uphold here.
Pass inside, stolen. And that was number 13, Macy Rowe. She's a junior. And now Henley. No, that's not Henley. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is Henley with the ball. Boy, those numbers are hard to see.
They are definitely hard to see.
And they're going to call a foul on Whitney Fitz, and she's going to get 2 shots. So Lady Tigers with 4 fouls. Lady Saints with 2. No one in any foul trouble for the Lady Saints. And Henley makes the first basket, and Henley now with 3 points. 10-5. They've doubled the output so far of the Lady Tigers. Second one missed. Beeks with the rebound. Beeks looks like she's moving around pretty good, Derek.
Yes, she does. That earlier look that she got inside when she went to the left hand and just missed it off the back of the rim, but she looked good getting to the basket.
Boy, long pass cross court. Lamsargas, take that. Oh, there we go.
Tell you what, when you've got a 6-foot athletic post player like Huber out of the game, it's hard to work against this zone defense when, you know, normally we can just throw the ball up to Justine sometimes, and athletically she's so good she can go get it, but that's what we're missing right now in our offense, and Shiloh's doing a good job of packing their defense in and not letting us get to the basket.
Well, there's Fitz trying to make something, create something. You know, you and I were talking last night as we were kind of exchanging some of the equipment stuff that the one thing that could hurt the Lady Tigers in a ball game could be potential foul trouble or injuries. And tonight, they're almost like telling Lamsargas, we want you to shoot the 3.
Yeah, I think as long as Michelle is, 3-4 feet behind that 3-point line, they're not going to run at her. And she's, the best shooter that we've got on the team from the outside, but she's not getting many looks.
Misses the shot. Nice work. It was almost a minute Prairie Grove had the ball, being very patient, but missed the shot and only got 1 shot.
Only got 1 shot. The only good thing about that possession was we did take some time off the clock and made Shiloh work hard for that defensive stop, but in the end we didn't get anything out of it.
And now Rowe to Reed. Oh, push there by Fitz. Now Harris.
And Shiloh playing 3-on-5 right now. They've got 2 girls that are just standing at the top of the key setting screens for the ball handler. Now they get out of that offense. They weren't getting anything out of it.
I think Prairie Grove just needs to keep it close. Going to call a walk there. That's a walk on Huffman. I think Prairie Grove's trying to keep it close and get Justine back in the second. I don't think we'll see her.
I don't either unless you see this game get to maybe a 10-point lead before halftime. I think you're right. I think right now we're not playing well by any means, but at the same time we've got Justine on the bench, and if we can get her to halftime with just 2 fouls, I think that's what Coach Froud's goal is at this point, and not let this game get away from us.
And right now it's only a 2-possession game
exactly.
with a 3-point shot. So.
And it's not like Shiloh is lighting the world up with their offensive play either. I mean, they've only got 10 points here 15 minutes into the game. So
Whitney Fitz for 3. No good. And nice box out there by Rowe, and she gets it to Henley. You've mentioned it several times. Shiloh's done an excellent job of rebounding the ball tonight.
They have. They've done a much better job than the last time we saw them.
Rowe was I'm sorry, that was Megan Henley being very aggressive there, and now Shiloh leading 12-5. So Prairie Grove having a hard time scoring against this zone.
Yeah, I think in the second half, Lynn, you're going to see much better ball movement from the Lady Tigers.
Well, a bucket here is much needed. And now Haley's going to get the foul. Haley didn't even try to make the shot.
Yeah.
She just wanted the foul.
Yeah, Haley just put her head down and went to the basket that time and drew the foul. So, this is a good place for us to get some points right here at the free throw line.
Haley makes the first one. That's our first free throw of the game. It's 12-6. We've only made 2 shots tonight, Derek.
Yeah.
Just misses the second one. So 12-6, and jump ball, and the Lady Tigers are going to get the ball back. So opportunity to close the 7-point lead down to 4 here. All right, let's make a good play here, ladies. She'll go all the way up to the top to Haley. Take that shot, Haley.
Yeah, she's wide open.
Short. But Beeks gets the rebound. So the Lady Tigers getting the second and third chance this time. Fitz again. Over to her cousin, Whitney. Now down under 2 minutes to go. The one thing I can say about Haley Fitz, she's not afraid. She's aggressive.
Yeah, she's not afraid
to
stick
take
her
that shot
head in there.
again. No good. Oh, they're definitely calling over the back there, and that's the Lady Tigers' 5th foul. Brooke Barnett's first. Back into the game comes Reed. She's coming in for Huffman.
Well, if there's anything good there, Lynn, even though we didn't get points, we're still able to set up our press defense here and try to create some offense from our defense.
Well, Shiloh's led by as many as 7, and I don't think Prairie Grove in conference has been down by that many thus far. So now, here comes Henley, and Lamsargas was back, waiting, and now Cappy Bryant getting ready to check in. That's going to be Reed for 3, no good. Rebound, Brooke Barnett.
Oh, my goodness.
Haley Fitz. Don't be afraid, Haley. Lamsargas for 3, that's no good. All the way over, missed everything on that one. Michelle's just off tonight, Derek.
Yeah, the whole team just looks out of sync a little bit with Justine out of the game right now. The good thing is we're still, in a competitive game, and Justine hasn't been in since, 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, actually, it was at the 4-minute mark.
I'm sorry, it was the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Yep.
We're down
She's
to
been
40
out a lot of
seconds
time
here. Lady Tigers need a stop. Nice offensive play there. 14-6.
I tell you what, Lynn, when's the last time you've seen a Lady Tigers team just have 6 points going into the halftime? Hopefully we can get some points here. And
probably against Huntsville when we actually stalled about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Lamsargas. Now, that's going to be beat. She's going to go to the line. Lady Tigers trailing 14-6. And, we talked about they've gone through the first part of the conference and just kind of cruised, and now tonight they're in for a little bit of a work.
Yeah, this has the feeling of being a fourth quarter game, and we're off even at the free throw line, Lynn. We're just not getting anything to fall down for us on offense.
Henry was down in Russellville saying that he's seen the Shiloh gym. Henry, we're actually facing there is a lot of seating. It's on our side of the gym though. Missed both free throws. That was very critical, and we really need a stop here, Derek. 3, there's Harris. No good. Lamsargas gets it. And after one full half of play, the Shiloh Christian Lady Saints 14 and the Lady Tigers 6. And we had 1 point in the second quarter. We did not make a field goal.
And we were being very patient on offense, but it wasn't like you were saying a stall type of offense. I think Coach Frau was wanting us to pick up the pace. I heard him yelling a couple times at our players, attack off the dribble, and we attacked a couple times and couldn't get anything to go. Haley Fitz got to the free throw line a couple times there in that quarter, but just an offensive struggle, and hopefully we'll be able to turn things around, get Justine back in the game, and turn this thing around for us.
Well, we're going to go ahead and play a few commercials. We're going to play what we play at the opening here. Give us a little time to take a break. We'll be back with you for the second half.
Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach Mike Green, Principal Ron Bond, and Assistant Principal Joey Saunders, along with all the coaches involved, Shelly Dugan, Kevin Froud, Steve Edmondson, and Ulysses Ruley, they want to thank you for joining us for tonight's games. The broadcasts of tonight's games are made possible through PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight, America's #1 fundraising lollipops. Lewis Automotive, serving all of Northwest Arkansas since 1947. The Bank of Fayetteville, we're banking on your potential. Sterling Drug, serving Prairie Grove since 1918. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with a hometown touch. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, shakes, malts, and a whole lot more, just south of the Northwest Arkansas Mall. J&B Auto, Prairie Grove's bumper-to-bumper parts store, and by Frederick's One Stop, the one stop for all your needs when you're on the go. Tonight's broadcast is made possible through the generous donations of PG Telco, providers of PGTigersOnline.com, and by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club, where showing your Tiger pride is just one membership away. And now, sit back and relax. It's time for Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach Mike Green, Principal Ron Bond, and Assistant Principal Joey Saunders, along with all the coaches involved, Shelly Dugan, Kevin Froud, Steve Edmondson, and Ulysses Ruley, they want to thank you for joining us for tonight's games. The broadcasts of tonight's games are made possible through PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight, America's #1 fundraising lollipops. Lewis Automotive, serving all of Northwest Arkansas since 1947. The Bank of Fayetteville, we're banking on your potential. Sterling Drug, serving Prairie Grove since 1918. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with a hometown touch. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, shakes, malts, and a whole lot more, just south of the Northwest Arkansas Mall. J&B Auto, Prairie Grove's bumper-to-bumper parts store, and by Frederick's One Stop, the one stop for all your needs when you're on the go. Tonight's broadcast is made possible through the generous donations of PG Telco, providers of PGTigersOnline.com, and by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club, where showing your Tiger pride is just one membership away. And now, sit back and relax. It's time for Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach Mike Green, Principal Ron Bond, and Assistant Principal Joey Saunders, along with all the coaches involved, Shelly Dugan, Kevin Froud, Steve Edmiston, and Ulysses Ruley, they want to thank you for joining us for tonight's games. The broadcasts of tonight's games are made possible through PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight, America's #1 fundraising lollipops. Lewis Automotive, serving all of Northwest Arkansas since 1947. The Bank of Fayetteville, we're banking on your potential. Sterling Drug, serving Prairie Grove since 1918. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with a hometown touch. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, shakes, malts, and a whole lot more, just south of the Northwest Arkansas Mall. J&B Auto, Prairie Grove's bumper-to-bumper parts store. And by Frederick's One Stop, the one stop for all your needs when you're on the go. Tonight's broadcast is made possible through the generous donations of PG Telco, providers of PGTigersOnline.com, and by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club, where showing your Tiger pride is just one membership away. And now, sit back and relax. It's time for Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach Mike Green, Principal Ron Bond, and Assistant Principal Joey Saunders, along with all the coaches involved, Shelly Dugan, Kevin Froud, Steve Edmiston, and Ulysses Ruley, they want to thank you for joining us for tonight's games. The broadcasts of tonight's games are made possible through PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight, America's #1 fundraising lollipops. Lewis Automotive, serving all of Northwest Arkansas since 1947. The Bank of Fayetteville, we're banking on your potential. Sterling Drug, serving Prairie Grove since 1918. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with a hometown touch. Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, shakes, malts, and a whole lot more, just south of the Northwest Arkansas Mall. J&B Auto, Prairie Grove's bumper-to-bumper parts store. And by Frederick's One Stop, the one stop for all your needs when you're on the go. Tonight's broadcast is made possible through the generous donations of PG Telco, providers of PGTigersOnline.com, and by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club, where showing your Tiger pride is just one membership away. And now, sit back and relax. It's time for Prairie Grove Tiger basketball.
Well, as we come back for the second half, I was going to have you go through the stats, but there's so few. We know Justine has 2 fouls. And then you've got Michelle Limsargas with a foul. I think Whitney Fitz, and who else has a foul?
Brooke Barnett got 1 foul. Yeah, I'd say the major stat of that first half was Justine Huber, 2 fouls. I mean, not much else needs to be said. And Shiloh is not playing great offensively. I mean, our defense has been pretty good here. We've limited them to 14 points. We just got to score more this half.
All right, so we're getting ready for the second half, and Shiloh has the possession arrow, so they're going to have an opportunity right here, Derek, to go up by 10 or 11. So Prairie Grove is going to really have to step it up here in the second half. Justine is back in the game. You know, Henley for the Lady Saints also has 2 fouls, but she played throughout the quarter.
Right, she played the entire quarter, or the entire half, I think. I don't remember her being out. And Lynn Lacey Beeks is back in the starting lineup as far as the third quarter goes. She didn't start the ball game, but she's back out there now.
Well, kind of a high dribble there by Henley.
And Shiloh's been really patient offensively as well tonight.
Harris has been in the lane now for about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yep.
Prairie Grove's going to have to force the action here. Justine trying to be careful not to pick up that third foul. Ooh. And Shiloh's held the ball now for a minute. They're going to be extremely patient.
That's right.
With an 8-point lead.
And sometimes that can come back to bite you a little bit, Lynn, if you get a little too conservative with playing with the lead, especially against a team that is as talented as we are.
And a nice play by Sargis. I was just talking to Jake McBride during the halftime break, and he said Michelle has been a little ill. So, you know, I was wondering why she was so far off, and he said she has been ill this week. She's got the ball there and turns the ball right over. Now Henley. And the Tigers are having a hard time with this zone tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, Shiloh, they played it against us the first time around, and we didn't have nearly as much problems that we're having tonight. So I'm pretty sure and confident Coach Froud's making some adjustments, and we'll get things going here. But, you know, we're 2 minutes into the half and haven't even got a shot off.
And Shiloh fans did not like that call, and Derek, I don't side with that too much, but I can't blame him. That looked like that was out. It could have tipped off. He was closer than we were.
Yeah, he was definitely closer, had a better angle on it, but from here it did look like it was out on us, but we're going to take that call.
Now Huber kind of forces. Now there's Barnett. No good. Huber back up, and it's going to get a foul. So Justine's going to be, it looks like they're going to really try to attack there between her and Barnett, trying to get the rebounds and really attack.
Yeah, I'm sure that was one of the messages sent at halftime was let's pound it inside. Justine hasn't been able to get anything going because of the foul trouble, so we'll see if we can get
Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics.
Nothing's going. There we go. Other opportunities.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we can do is we have not seen Shiloh really turn the ball over. If our defense can create some offense for us, it'll get us back in this ball game. There was almost a steal.
They're going to call a foul. They'll call over the back on Rowe there. That's going to be the fourth. That's the third team foul. This
third team foul, yep.
Well, Prairie Grove may end up having to go to the line here in the fourth quarter, something to get something going. I think it's going to. I think you're right. We've got to make some offense from the defense.
Yeah, the energy level just hasn't been there as we've normally been accustomed to with our teams. You know, Lynn, Prairie Grove, we may not see another man-to-man defense all year long the way that we've played against this zone.
There's Beeks. And she makes it 17-9. A little bit better ball movement that time with Prairie Grove. Be careful, Justine. Justine's lucky she didn't pick up a foul there.
And here comes our press. Coach Froud trying to pick up the intensity level, pick up the aggressiveness, and see if we can force a turnover.
Prairie Grove, other than Huber with two, we're not in a lot of foul trouble, so we should be quite a bit aggressive here. Be careful, Justine. And Prairie Grove gets a big break. They had 3-on-1.
3-on-1. And was able to get that ball.
She looks like a deer in headlights with all those coming at her, but they were able to do it.
Well, that fired up the Prairie Grove crowd for sure. We'll see if it carries over to the team out on the floor.
Somebody has to start getting the hot hand. Lemsargis, now she gets it over to nice pass into, and Huber's going to get the foul. 2 shots. So with Huber in the game, we're trying to work it in, Derek. This can close the 10-point lead down to 6. And you can hear the crowd. First shot on the way, no good. And Huber is 1 of 3 from the line. Really need to make free throws when we're there tonight with the offensive or lack of offensive output. Second one on the way, it bounces in, 17-10.
Yeah, Prairie Grove 3 of 8 from the free throw line tonight, Lynn. Having troubles all around offensively.
So with 3 of 8, if you would have made half of the 5 with 3 points, you'd be down by 4. So,
yeah, in a game like this, low scoring, those points, every single point, you know, looks like it's going to matter in this type of ball game.
And Brooks going to be called. No,
they called her out of bounds.
Wow. I got to tell you, Derek, this is going to come across bad. I don't know that I've ever been in this gym and Prairie Grove got some of the calls we've gotten tonight. I mean,
it's only a matter of time before the Shiloh faithful get really fired up and start letting the officials have it. Prairie Grove has not committed a foul in this quarter. Sorry.
And they have collapsed. There's Lemsargis for 3. No good. Beeks with the rebound. Boy, Lemsargis needs to hit one of those 3. And now she'll try it again. This time, no good. And the Lady Tigers do not get the rebound. And Lemsargis is just off.
Yeah, and that's one thing that will get us going is when we can go inside to Justine and go back outside to Michelle. We're really difficult to defend. Right now, we're not getting the outside production that we're normally used to.
Nice box out there by Huber. Prairie Grove. Now Lemsargis. drives. Oh, and now a little bit of a late whistle, but we did get the whistle.
Well, and that was definitely a foul. I didn't think he was going to call it at first, but there was definitely contact on the way to the basket that time for Michelle.
Into the game for the Lady Saints is Alexis Jones.
And, Lynn, that was Reed's third foul, and Henley's also got 3 fouls. So Shiloh in a little bit of trouble. They got to be careful here to finish this third quarter.
Well, if Prairie Grove really needs to close this down to 4, I think, going into the fourth quarter with the lack of offense in this game. Let Fitz is going to try to drive here. And just not giving Prairie Grove, I'm not sure what Coach Froud has going here.
Well, you can tell we're trying to move the ball from side to side and really get the ball inside to Justine, but Shiloh's doing a good job of taking her out.
Lamsargas drives. She gets a basket, 17-12. Now another stop and a basket by Prairie Grove. And, oh, almost. Exactly. They're going to call Justine for that one. That's going to be her third foul. Hoping we'd have got through the quarter without that.
Yep.
But I think right now, well.
I'll tell you, and Lynn, that was a nice move by Michelle. She's not hitting from the outside, so she gave that shot fake from the outside, put the ball on the floor, and went to the basket, got herself an easier shot, and maybe that'll get her going.
I've noticed that Henley's been out of the game now. For a while for Shiloh, and that's probably hurting their offensive output as well.
Yeah, definitely. She's their leading scorer, or at least she was the leading scorer the last time we played them, so having her out's put them out of rhythm offensively.
Well, now Prairie Grove, boy, if we could get a big three-point basket and close this thing down to 2. I'd take any kind of basket, a free throw, anything right now. It's a long pass cross court.
Oh, sorry.
A nice defense. Nice play there that was Huffman. She anticipated that pass. And now Prairie Grove needs the defense here to stop going at the end of the quarter. Yeah, they got a basket at the end of the first quarter that was very critical. And now
this is big for both teams right here going into the fourth.
If she'd have made that one, that could have really. Well, halftime score was what, Derek?
14-6, barn burner.
So 14-6 at half. So we outscored them 12-3 there.
6-3.
6-3, I'm sorry. 6-3.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for both teams. And you got to credit both defenses. I mean, we've been a pretty good defensive team throughout the year. We held Shiloh to 37 points at our place, so we played a good defensive game that time. Right now, Shiloh's not even on pace to score their 37 in this ball game, and so we played a little bit.
We're definitely not on pace to score 55.
Yeah, we're definitely not on pace to score 55. So both defenses are playing better, and that comes with good scouting from the coaches. I mean, they've known what kind of offenses both teams are going to run, and they know what their strengths are. They know what they're looking for, and throughout the course of the year, that's what you do is you try to take away the other team's strengths. And right now, Shiloh's doing a good job of that, but I think Prairie Grove, we're doing a good job of that too. Shiloh, nothing's been easy for them really offensively either.
Well, we got the possession arrow to start the quarter, so we need a basket here, Derek. That'll get us really within a possession. We need to get within a possession. That way it's a turnover, something to happen for us.
Well, and it puts more pressure on Shiloh. The closer this game gets, the tighter Shiloh's probably going to get because they think, oh, no, here they come again. And
we've got to put the pressure on them
But we've got to put the pressure on them. You're right.
And it'll be interesting to see how our girls respond. It's been a while since they've been in this situation where they've been down and in a tight game.
And a hostile environment.
Give it to Lamsargas, who's wanting the ball. Lamsargas, she thought about it. Now Haley, she feeds Lamsargas. Lamsargas. Shiloh's defense has been excellent so far.
Yeah, they really have. And one thing I've noticed is that Cameron Harris, number 10 for Shiloh, she seems to be a much better player now. Maybe confidence going. She's in the starting lineup now. She's played a solid ball game defensively. and offensively for the Lady Saints.
Well, we brought it in, and it's been 45 seconds. And now Haley Fitz drives all the way, going to get the foul. That's going to be on Rowe. That's Rowe's third foul.
Yes.
So they have 3 players with 3 fouls. We took almost a whole minute off the clock. And we make the first one. So Haley, with all her points have come from the line tonight.
She actually hit a 3 there early in the first quarter, Lynn.
Right.
I think it was our first points of the game.
Second one on the way. It's no good. 17-13. Lady Tigers trail. And I think you hit it on the head earlier that we have got to find ways to get points off of the defense.
Yeah. Shiloh's done a really good job handling the press when we've been able to set it up and get into it.
That was a good defensive play there by Beeks. They got the foul, but
Beeks stood her ground. She got her hand straight up in there, and unfortunate that they caught the foul. They called it on Lacey there. That's our first foul, Lynn,
of the half. So we're going to be our second foul because Justine got the other one.
Yep.
Misses the shot. Makes the second one, 18-13, so back up to a 5-point lead. And the Lady Tigers need to attack. And there, and now Justine pulls up, little jumper, it's good. 18-15, and I think they're going to try to get Justine. They've just kind of been packing her down. I think he's going to try to move her out a little.
Yeah, one thing that Justine has added to her game is a 3-point shot, and Shiloh was respectful of that. She shot faked on the 3-point shot and then went right by the defender and got herself an easy basket. Good job by Justine.
Well, other than Justine, we can probably be pretty aggressive. But we got to be aggressive defensively. No one has in real foul trouble other than Justine.
Yeah,
that's a shot you got to contest.
Yeah, definitely. You can't give up easy layups like that. There should have been somebody there sliding over to help cut off the basket, and nobody was there.
Lacey Beeks with the ball. Now Haley Fitz. She's going to feed. There's Justine for 3. Bottom! And that's going to pull the Tigers within 2. And now it's going to get, I think it's going to get real exciting.
Yeah, the pressure's on Shiloh. All the pressure is on them right now. And good job right there by Henley of bringing the ball back out and setting up their offense and being patient here.
Well, number 4, Alexis Jones, is coming to the game, and she's made a couple of nice drives. Justine, be careful there. Don't get that 4th foul.
Yeah, you can tell that the name of this game right now is the speed of the game. Shiloh is not playing at the speed that we want them to play.
That's a deep 3, Derek. And the nice rebound, and that's Henley. And Shiloh wants the foul. They don't get it. Now Justine Huber drives all the way. Going to get the foul. I think she's going to go live for 1-and-1.
1-and-1, yep. And I think that's the 4th foul on Christian Reed, Lynn.
That's Reed's 4th. She's been a factor in the game.
Yeah, she's their leading scorer. She's got 8 points tonight.
Now that it's going to be a 1-and-1. So this is a critical free throw here for Justine Huber. Can pull the Lady Tigers within 1. It's on the way. And no good. And so the Lady Tigers missed the opportunity to tie the game up.
Yeah, now you look at those missed free throws, Lynn. We're 4 for 11. Just a few of those would give us the lead right now. So those may, you hope those things don't come back to bite you in the end of a ball game.
Well, we're under 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and it's nip and tuck right now. But Prairie Grove can be pretty, other than Justine, can be pretty aggressive defensively, and they get the ball back. We played good defense there, Derek, and did not get that loose ball.
Yeah, Shiloh didn't give up on the play. Got a second chance.
There's a nice shot by Harris. Justine clears it. Watch behind you, Justine. Now, there's Lumsargis. She thought a little quicker, I think she'd have taken that shot.
Yeah, a little more space. I think she would have definitely let that one fly. But now we have a chance to kind of run the offense and see if we can get an easier basket than that. You can get 3-point shots against the zone anytime.
There's Beeks for 3, no good. Not really Beeks is not a bad shot, but that's not usually her shot.
Yeah, she's usually a little bit better going to the basket, getting rebounds, and putting up some easier shots than that.
There's a three. No good, but the rebound. And Shiloh, they want the foul, and I'm not so sure they shouldn't have got one or two here.
Well, the rivalry on the floor has been pretty good tonight, Lynn, but in the stands has been even better.
Yeah, no doubt.
Both fans getting into the game.
Huber drives and ties the game at 3 minutes and 17 seconds, 16 seconds.
Well, that's been the difference. I mean, when Justine was out of the ball game, we scored 6 points in the first half. And since she's been back into the ball game, she's had 9 points to lead the Tigers. She's the first player in the game to get into double figures. She's got 11 points, and Lady Tigers are back even. I think the pressure's going to ratchet up a little bit right here. Coach Froud used that timeout to probably set up something specifically on defense here. And like we were talking about, all the pressure is on Shiloh right now. We're going to have to see how they respond to having this game kind of in control. I had a 10-point lead there in the third quarter, and we've battled all the way back. And it's getting late in the ball game, and Shiloh's in more foul trouble than we are.
Okay, if I know we went off for just a little bit. If someone's out there, I've gotten a couple things. If you could come back to me, let me know if you can hear us. And we had some things that we were too close to the mic, and now you can't hear us. So if anybody's out there, please let us know. 20-20, 3:16 to go in the ball game. I think we scored more this quarter almost than we did. Well, we scored 8 points versus the entire game. So now it is 20-20 with 3 minutes and 16 to go. Henley with the ball. And nice defense here. And Prairie Grove's defense, we talked about that we would have to get some points off of defense. Now a chance for Prairie Grove to take the lead for the first time since it was 2-0, I believe, Derek. Or did they? No.
We led 3-2.
3-2. 3-2. Yep.
That's right. The lead. That was very early in the game.
Justine definitely is a difference maker. I mean, just their height, their athleticism, and, you know, against the zone, because she has the inside and outside game, makes a big difference.
Can see over defenders.
Prairie Grove's going to be very patient right here. Not playing catch-up anymore, so they'll wait for hope for a good shot here. Haley tries to make something happen, and we're down to 2:19, so Prairie, it's almost been a minute since the timeout.
Yeah, and you can tell Shiloh's defense not quite moving as quick as they were early in the game. They played really hard the first 3 quarters, and they're slowing down just a little bit too.
Well, Prairie Grove is content right now to let the clock run on down. Just got to be careful not to give a easy steal or something here.
And you can tell when the ball goes to the corner over here to Beeks, Coach Froud's trying to get that cross-court pass inside.
That's what I was talking about right there, Derek.
There you go. Yep.
Exactly what I was talking about. You could see that coming. You could see it coming because we got a little.
Well, eventually when you're doing the same thing on offense and making those same kind of passes from the top of the key to the wing, and we weren't able to go inside or any kind of dribble penetration right there, you can tell Shiloh made an adjustment to that. They did a good job of reading that cross-court pass. That's a tough pass to make.
Hey, West Helena wasn't going to let us down. We knew Marianne would be there eventually.
You know, I was wondering about Marianne. Weren't there tornadoes there a couple nights ago?
I think there may have been. Yeah, I hope everything's okay down that way.
Definitely, yeah.
Well,
I didn't even think about that when we were talking about her
earlier
before the game, yeah.
Well, you can see it's 1:40 left, 20-20. It's a battle. Prairie Grove, at least Prairie Grove, from an offensive side, they're in the bonus.
Yeah.
Now on the downside of that, if they get behind and have to foul, they're going to have to foul quick.
We're going to have to foul, but that does allow us to play really aggressively. We can go for steals right here, be really aggressive, one-on-one defensively, maybe even set some traps to try to force a turnover, because we've only fouled 2 times here in the second half, so we're a long way from Shiloh being able to shoot free throws.
Well, Reed's back in the game with her 4 fouls, but it's the end of the game now. Boy, Beeks is lucky she didn't get a foul. She was all over her back there.
not only that, but Shillow's a little bit lucky. They didn't get a 5-second call there, too. That was at about 4.5 seconds, and you can tell they're not running exactly what Coach Stewart wanted them to run, so he's going to have to use another timeout.
Well, let's take this timeout with him, Derek.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential.
All right, here we go with the last minute and 20 seconds, 27 seconds. Shiloh. That is Jones with the ball. Oh, she got a double dribble. He caught it. He caught it. I thought that was the case.
And right there, Brooke Barnett forced that turnover because if not, she was going to go all the way to the basket. Yeah. And Brooke slid over, made her pick up her dribble, and she actually double dribble with it, so we're going to get the ball back.
Huffman's back into the game. And now with 1:14, I'm not so sure Coach Froud, do you think he may play for a last shot here?
Well, nothing would surprise me, but I do definitely think Justine will touch this ball before we shoot anything. That's not really going out on a limb, but.
No, but you're down to a minute right now.
Yep.
And there's no reason. Whoa.
And another thing to look at, Lynn, Coach Froud's got 3 timeouts left.
And he's going to call one.
He's going to set something up specifically against that defense, and this is the chess match that I always like to watch is let's see if Coach Stewart plays the same defense that they've been in the entire game, which he probably will, but then let's see what Prairie Grove is able to draw up right here and hopefully get us a game-winning basket.
Again, we want to thank our camera ladies, Nicole Howard and
Natalie Howard.
Natalie Howard. I always say that. Natalie Howard.
McKenzie the other night. So.
Natalie Howard and Cassidy Sapp. Appreciate them.
And Middle School East Lab program.
Yeah, Middle School East Lab. Good. That's exactly right. Well, Derek, 20-20, 48.4 seconds. Prairie Grove with the ball. Possession arrow, very importantly, going to the Shiloh side.
Yep. And any foul that Shiloh commits, Prairie Grove's going to be shooting free throws. Now, you talked about the lights going off earlier. This would be a bad time for the lights out in the gym.
Yeah, be careful.
We're going to be careful around these switches up here.
It looks like Coach Froud's going to go for the last play. He's going to go down to one shot.
Thinking it's got to be Huber. Lumsargas is another option.
It looks like Coach. The interesting thing is Coach Stewart's going to let this go to overtime.
Yeah, he's content with
I'm a little surprised at that. I mean, not that it may not be successful and work.
Well, the thing you got to guard against that Coach Stewart is afraid of, if they play too aggressively, they give up something easy. So that's probably what he's thinking.
Lumsargas for 3. Oh! Bottom! All night long she's missed, and then finally we get the basket. Michelle Lumsargas. Ho, ho, ho! Bottom! Oh, yes! Oh!
Oh, man.
I don't know. We didn't keep up with what she was, but she had to be 1 of 10 now.
She hit a 2-pointer in that third quarter.
But on the 3-point line, now, unless Prairie Grove can foul.
We can foul the whole
way. They're going to move the clock to 7.8.
Okay.
But you know what? Prairie Grove can just foul.
Yeah, we can just foul, and as long as we're not fouling on a 3-point shot, we're in good shape here. But
I think right now what you do is you go back, you play defense. Derek, you're a coach. Tell us what you do here.
There's 2 ways of thinking. What I would do here, Lynn, is we're going to pressure the inbounds pass and not allow them to throw the ball to half court because that will use more time. And I would say right about when we get the ball to half court, when Shiloh gets it there, foul them. And take more time off the clock. You're not going to put them at the free throw line.
Because then they have to set up to bring the ball in again.
Exactly. They've got to make another adjustment, try to get the ball in. So we're going to pressure this inbounds pass and make Shiloh at least take some time off the clock to get it up the floor.
Jay Tice also watching. Yes, they have sound, so appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying the webcast tonight. It's been kind of like the national championship game, not a lot of scoring, but interesting. And Beeks is going to foul, and that's a good foul.
Definitely
Beeks
a good foul.
Run off a second and a half. But, I mean, it's been low scoring, but it got exciting here. We've almost put out more output in the fourth quarter than we did the entire game.
Yeah, you're right. And we're going to foul again. And Coach Froud's going to call another timeout. Now that Shiloh's got the ball into scoring territory,
he's got to have a different plan.
He's going to make an adjustment right there, and I wouldn't be surprised if they foul before Shiloh is able to, keep getting
this particular fan right here has been very. He's not been pleased
vocal,
tonight.
Right?
Yeah, and I thought he was going to go down there to the refs there for a second, but it looks like he's just going to grab a bite to eat.
He can't watch anymore. He can't take it.
Well, Prairie Grove just needs to be smart down here.
Well, and the strategy will be: do we foul? Do we take our chance of fouling a time or two more? The risk you run here is now if you foul and Shiloh shoots a desperation three,
and it goes in, you could lose.
You could lose the game. So probably, the thing we've got to be aware of is we should have nobody in the lane right now. Inside that three-point line defending, a two-point basket does nothing to us. So
just
we're
have to be careful not
to
foul on, like they go up.
On a two-point shot, exactly. We should be playing from the three-point line out, not allow anything. And, I don't know if Coach Froud will decide to foul one more time or not. Inside of 5 seconds, typically you'll say, okay, we're going to take our chance here and play solid defense and see what Shiloh comes up with. Oh, that's what we didn't want, Lynn.
Yeah. And she's going to get 3 shots.
That is what we were just talking about.
Now the pressure is on Megan Henley to hit all 3 free throws, but she could do it. We could go to overtime.
Oh,
that's
my
exact.
goodness.
Lacey Beeks with the foul. Well, she's got to make all 3. First one's on the way, and it's good. That excites the Shiloh fans with 2.6 seconds. Coach Froud is not happy. Second one on the way. It is no good. And now coming in to possibly get the rebound is number 35, Rochelle Cooper. She's a freshman. And a big presence inside.
Big body there.
Possibly get their put back up. So.
Yeah, Shiloh's obviously going to try to miss this and get the long rebound. But I like our chance. We've got Barnett. We're going to have Justine Huber down low on the block to get that rebound. And then one thing you're always aware of is a tip out. If we're not able to gain possession on the missed free throw, is it those secondary players may have to come up with a big rebound right now. But, man, it's gotten really exciting here this last minute and a half or so.
For a game it's been just no offense, no excitement. And then Lumsargas hits a big, of all the shots to hit, because if you hit a 2 there, Shiloh's got a chance to win the ball game. It's a different strategy.
Yeah, definitely changes the whole feel of the game. We're probably not going to foul as much when they've got when they're only down 2 points. So,
but you're right. It looks like Barnett.
Yep. And Haley Fitz, she's behind the shooter. She could even get in on this rebound here. Oh, that's going to be our ball. It never hit the rim.
Never hit the rim. So now Prairie Grove just has to get the ball inbounds pretty much, Derek.
Yeah, get the ball inbounds. Probably going to throw it deep right here.
Well, they're going to move the clock back to 2.6.
And that's the right
That's
call.
the right thing to do because it never hit. So.
Yep. So, chances are we're going to get the ball inbounds here, and they're going to have to foul us immediately. So there still is a possibility that Shiloh could have a little bit of time here at the very end of the ball game to throw up something to get the win. Now, if we hit both of our free throws, which will be a 1-on-1 opportunity, and that pretty much ices the ball game. But, Lynn, one thing we talked about at halftime is Prairie Grove is 4 out of 11 at the free throw line, and Shiloh is 4 out of 10. So you think it's a 2-point game. Free throws,
have been huge.
They would have been huge in this game for both teams.
Yeah,
both teams.
And what'd you say they were from the line tonight?
They're 4 out of 10, and we're 4 out of 11. So both teams have missed about the same amount of free throws. That could have swung the ball game either way.
What's going to be interesting tomorrow, there'll be people that pick up the paper. They're going to be out on Fearless Friday. and they're going to think this was the typo when they see whether it ends up whatever this final score ends up being, because
they're going to think it's a football score. You don't see a game in the 20s.
Not with Shiloh football score, because they always score a lot of points, so they're not sure what's going on here.
Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness.
Justine, and so Prairie Grove somehow, some way, after a dismal 3 quarters, the final score, the Prairie Grove Lady Tigers 23, the Shiloh Lady Christian Saints 21. Wow. That's all you can really say is wow. Derek, I'm going to give you a chance. Let's go ahead and go through the stats, and then we'll talk about our schedule for the next 10 minutes or so. Sorry.
Okay. Leading score for the Lady Tigers, Justine Huber with 11 points. 9 of those came in the second half. Haley Fitz had 5. Michelle Umsargas, probably the biggest basket of the game. Steak and Shake player. I don't know. We didn't talk about that, but there's a leading candidate right there.
Yeah, I think you got to.
And then Lacey B scored 2 points to give Prairie Grove their 23 points. And then for Shiloh, Reed had 8. Henley had 6. Jones with 3. Harris and Sears had 2 points. The Lady Tigers hold the Lady Saints to only 7 points in the second half, Lynn. And basically all you can say is escape is the right word. Prairie Grove escapes with the win, and at this point we'll take it. A win is a win on the road against a quality ball team. A win is a win. You get out of here, and you get ready for Pea Ridge on Friday night.
Well, I got to give Coach Stewart a lot of credit. He stuck with his own. He gave us problems all night long. Justine got in foul trouble early.
Yep.
And then that really kind of changed the way that we attacked. But like you said, Prairie Grove escaped with a win, and now goes to 9-0 in the conference. Shiloh falls to 5-3. They still have a makeup game with Ozark.
Well, and another thing that hopefully this game will teach some of our younger players is when Justine's out of the game, we can still survive. We didn't play great without her in the ball game, but it showed that, okay, we can still survive. We can still hang with people, and that was big for us, and that could pay off huge down the road in case we run into a situation against a good team and Justine or any of our other really solid players are out with foul trouble. We can pick up the slack, hopefully, and hopefully it will lead to more points the next time out. But our defense was great tonight.
Well, I will say this. We complain about officials a lot, whether we're on here doing it or we're in the stands. And I got to tell you, and I don't say this often, but tonight I would say we got the better of the calls. I mean, it just feels like there was a few times where we could have gotten a foul or something that just the calls kind of went our way tonight, and that doesn't normally happen, especially on the road.
You're right.
And it's so that worked to our favor tonight.
Yeah, it seemed like the 50-50 calls, more of them went our way. Not all of them did.
Good way to put it.
But more of the 50-50 calls went our way, and that, as you said, typically doesn't happen when you're on the road. But we played through it. Shiloh played through it, and both of these teams, I think, are better ball clubs than what we saw the first game around, especially defensively. You're right, Coach Stewart had a much better defensive plan. We had 3 players the last time that we played Shiloh score 49 points. Tonight, our entire team only ended up with 23 points. So Shiloh played much better. And granted, we missed a lot of shots that we're used to seeing our girls make. But it's a good learning experience. We got the win. We stay perfect in conference. And what do we have, Lynn? 4 games left in the or 5 games left in the conference season?
Yeah, we're at 9, and we'll play 14.
We'll play 14. So next up is Pea Ridge, and we're going to be there Friday night webcasting that game.
We'll be there Friday night. We'll remind you, we're going to come back. The boys' game's going to start in about 7.5 minutes. We're going to run a few commercials, our opening that we typically have. We're going to run a few things for you, and then we'll be back right after that.
Good evening and welcome to a night of Prairie Grove Tiger basketball. On the behalf of the administration, Superintendent Alan Williams, Assistant Superintendent Vol Woods, Athletic Director Coach